Win a Pageant episode number 4.
Every individual pageant contestant has a unique set of strengths that set her apart from the competition. All you need is a clear path to help you discover your strengths to win on stage and in life. Let's win a pageant.
Hi winners, welcome back to another episode of Win a Pageant. I'm your coach, Alicia Darby, and today I'm going to train you how to discover your ultimate goal for your pageant competition. Now, sometimes this can come as quite a surprise to imagine anything other than winning the pageant. But I am here to tell you that there are lots of reasons to compete, even if your goal is not to win. And so the exercise that I'm going to teach you today, which I call to win or not to win, that is the question. In this exercise, you are going to discover your real goal as to how you can really promote yourself by competing in this pageant, if you really want to win or not. And so I want to start by just giving you some reasons of why you might not want to win, because it is kind of shocking to think that that is for many people, for many girls, that is their goal. So here are a few reasons why that may be your goal. For some people, they are interested in competing in maybe their first or second or third pageant and not winning in an effort to simply gain experience. So maybe they have their eyes on a bigger prize, and if they win now, they're afraid that they're going to, waste time or money in the pageant system that they're not necessarily interested in. And so they're really just looking to gain experience now with the future hope of winning a pageant down the line. For other women, their goal is to simply just meet some other cool girls, like they're just looking to meet some new friends. And so they're not necessarily interested in, really having to deal with the pageant title, but they just want to meet women along the way. I have really heard many of my clients, not many, but I would say a handful of my clients, have competed in a pageant to get the DVD as an audition tape for graduate school. So if you are applying to a graduate school program for the arts, if you're a singer or a dancer or something, it can be awesome to compete in a pageant because you get a really professionally recorded audition tape, a minute and a half of you performing. And that's a great reason to enter a pageant and not want to win. A lot of women compete for the scholarship dollars. And so if you win your very first pageant and then you go on and win, then yes, you do get scholarship dollars, but you don't have the opportunity to come back. For me, I competed in the Miss America system and was first runner-up many times. And in fact, earning scholarship dollars over I think it was 4 or 5 years that I competed, I earned about $12,000 of scholarship dollars. And if I would have just won the first pageant and then won my state pageant and gone on to Miss America, I wouldn't have had the same opportunity to earn that amount of scholarship dollars. Teresa Scanlan is an excellent example. She was crowned Miss America during her first year of competing. So she competed and won her local, then she won her state pageant, and then she went on to win Miss America. Well, you can only compete on the Miss America stage one time. So she would just kind of won everything flat out, straight off the bat when she was very young. I think that she was like 17 or something. She was super young when she was competing and she just won everything. Well, so her level of experience was very different. How she was able to make the most of her year was very different because she didn't have the same level of experience and wasn't able to take her platform to the same level with just 365 days, basically. So, and she speaks to that too, the way in which she was able to work her platform and what she lacked during her year simply because of that. So those might be some reasons why you would not want to win. And then I'll share with you some of the reasons why, during my pageant competition, why I didn't want to win. So in order to discover what your ultimate goal is, I recommend this exercise, which again, I call to win or not to win. So I'll step you through the processes here, and then I'll also post this process in the show notes. And I'll even post a picture of the actual exercise that I did when I was competing, which helped me decide, and for one pageant, decide definitely that I did want to win, and then for another, I decided I did not want to win. So I'll share that with you as well. Okay, so let's jump right in. Step number 1 of your process is to make a list of all of the reasons why you do want to win. So in all of the reasons why you do want to win, this could be things like you want to grow your audience. Maybe you want to grow your platform. You want to reach more people. Maybe you're looking to build a specific business around your pageant or your local community or something. Maybe you're interested in meeting new people in the area, and so you know that this would help you gain that opportunity. It's really possible that it could just be that you are looking to have some fun, and so winning would allow you the opportunity to try new stuff and gain new experiences. Okay, so list out all of the reasons you can think of that you do want to win. Okay, then after you have about 10 to 20 of those, now I want you to shift gears. Step 2 is to make a list of reasons why you want to not win. So this is not the same as pros and cons of winning and losing. This is why you might go to actually not win. Like, why do you not want to win? Okay. So here's the thing, the reason that this is so important is because oftentimes the why you don't want to win, if you do not face your fears and look them like dead in the eye, like, here's some reasons why I don't want to win, then it's very possible that they will creep up on you during your preparation time frame or during pageant week. And that can really be deadly and really make you not win. So here are some examples to help you understand what I really mean by this. One of the reasons that I wrote down as to why I wanted to not win, remember, this is not why like a con of if you don't win or why you'll be okay with it, but why you would really hope not to. One of my reasons for that was that I was really thinking, this was when I was competing in the Miss California International Pageant. One of the things that I thought of was, I do not want the pressure of having to live up to other people's expectations. So as you know, as a title holder, especially at the state level, it can be extremely stressful to have to live up to the expectations that other people have of you. And so one thing that I wanted to avoid was to not have that on my plate, like to have to not worry about that. And so that was a great reason of why I wanted to not win, was because I didn't want to deal with other people's expectations. So that might go on your list. And I'll tell you, further how to elaborate on these lists and what to do with them. Another reason that might go on your list here of why you actually want to not win might be things like if there is something that's extremely personal in your life, that maybe it's attached to your platform, or maybe it's an insecurity that you have that might show up or rear its ugly head with you being in the limelight. That's a good reason to not want to win, and it's also a con maybe of not winning. Like, you'll have to find a way around it if you were to win, but that could be a reason that you might put on your list of why not to win. Other reasons might be that you don't want to spend the money. Like going to a national pageant is extremely expensive. It's like going to the Olympics. So there's a lot of finances involved, a lot of time. You might say that you would like to not win because you really don't like this director. So you're thinking, if I win under this directorship and I go to Miss America under them, instead, I'd rather move to another state and compete there and win under a different director. I know many, many women who have had success by moving states and winning under a different directorship. So that's another thing that you might put on there as a reason that you don't want to win. And it could be something that you that's more personal to you, or it could be something professional. Maybe you would have to leave a job and you've got a job opportunity that's really, really awesome, and you know that you'll lose it. Or you'll lose out on a graduate school opportunity. You won't be able to defer. Okay, so all of these are reasons about maybe you would like to not win. So once you create all of your list of reasons, step number 3 is to analyze the second list, why you want to not win. Now, there's 2 things to do with this. The first thing in your analyzation of this is to consider if this thing that you wrote down is rational or irrational. So sometimes we write things on our list that completely make sense. It's yep, that's completely rational. That's absolutely something I need to consider. And other times it's an irrational fear. So I'll use the example that I told you about initially, which was that I didn't want to have the stress of other people's expectations. Well, when I really drill down into that and I really consider it deeply, and I ask myself, is that a rational reason why to not win? Or is it possible that that's an irrational fear? When I really drill down, I can discover that that is an irrational fear. So in this step, look at all of the fears that might be considered irrational, just silly, So, I don't want to rise to other people's expectations. Well, yeah, I could see where that would be something that, you definitely have to consider. But is it going to make me not do the pageant? No, that's silly. The way that I get around that is by being completely transparent and extremely authentic. So I just say it like it is, and if I'm able to say it like it is, I know that I am a respectable person and I function from a place of congruency, whereas what I say and what I do are congruent. It's the same thing. And I believe that if I'm able to manage my life with that congruency, then I won't have to worry about other people's expectations. So I look at all of my irrational fears in step 3, and I create a counter statement to eliminate that fear. Okay. Another way of doing it is tying it back to a reason that you want to win. So one of my reasons for wanting to win is to grow my audience. And I know that I want eyes on me. If I want to grow my audience and have a bigger impact on people, then I'm going to have to live congruently. And so it's a great opportunity for me to do that. So then step 4 is you discover all of the rational fears, the things that are like, well, yeah, that's a good reason not to do this. One of the ones that I found was a rational fear for me was that the finances involved were truly, to me at the time when I was competing as Miss California for Miss International, I was really doing a lot of research about what the Miss International title holds. And the things that I discovered were counter the values and the mission that I was going toward in my own personal pageant competition. And so I discovered, like, hey, that's a rational reason to not want to win the Miss International title, because I didn't want to dump tens of thousands of dollars into being a national title holder. I wanted to understand the pageant. That's why I was competing for it. And so if I was able to do that at the very best of my ability without winning the title, then that was a success for me. So in step number 4, you look at your rational fears and you consider whether or not they are worth not winning. Okay, so you look at your rational fears. Like for me, it was the cost involved with maintaining the national title, because they at the time weren't giving too much scholarship dollars, and the opportunity was really, really heavily weighted on the shoulders of the national title holder. And so I thought, okay, is that worth it to me? And I considered, is it worth not winning, or should I scratch it out and go for it? The truth of the matter was that it was, for me, not worth winning. I thought, okay, well, that's a great reason to not want to win, because I don't want to dump tens of thousands of dollars into that. I would rather dump tens of thousands of dollars into my platform, rather than just into the national title. So I determined that my ultimate goal was to actually be first runner-up. For that specific pageant, my goal was to not win. It was to be first runner-up. So that's what I was shooting for. So of course, because my ultimate goal was not to actually win the pageant, my preparation was very different. And in fact, I ended up borrowing all of my stage wardrobe for Miss International. I had some very, very dear friends and directors that were fully supporting me, my finances and stuff, and were able to understand where I was going. I was able to, as a result, then put a ton more money toward my platform, and was really able to grow my audience and build my platform, which is what I was, seeking out to do in the first place with competing in the pageant. So it worked out spectacular for me. I ended up actually becoming second runner-up. So that was very close and absolutely worth it for me. And in the end, that was really what was best for me. So I would really highly encourage you to go through this should I win or not win, the to win or not to win, that is the question, that exercise. And again, like I said, I'll post this for you in an easy format that you can download from the show notes at winapageant.com in this episode, because I really think that this is valuable for you. It will give you better direction, and it will really help you to eliminate the fears that are unnecessary and validate the ones that are, and help you to determine if there are other options or other ways to navigate your pageant competition. That, ladies, is how you win a pageant. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time on Win a Pageant.
To learn more and to get valuable resources to help you win, visit winapageant.com.
Hey there, I'm Alicia Darby, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching that last video. If you totally loved it and got something from it, would you just click subscribe right here to subscribe to our YouTube channel? Hey, I am here for you, and I've got so many more trainings and videos for you. In fact, this one would be a really great one to watch next. Or if that topic doesn't interest you, then try this one. It's my most recent video training. So I think both of these would be really great for you. Thank you again so much for subscribing. I am honored to be your coach. I'll see you again soon.